Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and I'm back once again for another said review on the channel, and today I'm going to go talk to you guys about the Sonic X Shadows Generations for the PS4. Now, since this is going to be my very first experience playing Sonic Generations on a PlayStation system, I originally went and played this on the Xbox 360, and I enjoyed every little minute of it. But now what we're going to go and do is head on into not one, but two said type of stories that are here, because we got the Sonic Generations side, and then we also do have the Shadow story side. So I will be going to do Sonic Generations first. So with all that being said in mind, let's get on into it. So if you guys don't know about the plot of Sonic Generations, it first starts you getting into the Green Hill Zone as classic Sonic, bop into the classic tunes while dashing through the course until something strange occurs. You see a rift spawn out of nowhere and a creature pops out of it, which that is the Time Eater. It transitions to present day Sonic, where he's having a birthday party, and unfortunately it gets disrupted by that same creature. Throughout the classic Sonic, the classic Sonic segment that was happening from the very beginning. Well, the gang of the modern day Sonics also do get sucked up from that actual said creature, and basically Sonic wakes up in some sort of white abyss. Now the adventure begins, starting you off in the very first era known as the Genesis era. This is where you'll go through the three different worlds, such as with the Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary. Throughout your travels in these worlds, you'll come across some red rings and chows. The red rings will give you certain unlockables for your collection, and then the chows are a little tricky to go and find, but there are three of them in the different worlds with having classic and present day Sonic. So when you successfully finish the three worlds in the Genesis era, something interesting will happen. Special challenge gates will go and appear all over the set worlds, and most of these challenges range from special item usage, one ring challenges, doppelgangers, and friend challenges. There is a whole lot more, but I won't get into all of them. However, a friend challenge are the most infuriating levels of these gates. At first, when you get introduced to them, the world will get restored and bring back one of Sonic's friends to the White Abyss. Tails is the first one to get restored and needs to race before the Tornado 1 does. Now, this one isn't too difficult, but the others, oh man, can they get annoying. For example, the Cream Challenge is collecting enough chows to reach the goal, and you want to always make sure that you're in the lead, because if you miss one of Cream's chows, she would have gotten the rest of them pretty much quickly. This is one of the most rage-inducing levels. Rouge also does have her bomb dodging missions. Blaze does have the chase mission, where you need to go become a pink wisp form from the Sonic colors, and as well, you can't forget about with Charmy Beauty's whirlwind ability in that friend challenge. But once you go and clear out all the set gates, make sure to go and battle your very first rival. The first rival is going to be with Metal Sonic. He's over at the Chemical Plant, and just make sure to go and dodge his attacks. And once you go and do that, you should be able to get yourself with a Chaos Emerald. There are 7 in total, and you'll need to go and do that for the end game to at least open up with the set gate with the 7 different Chaos Emeralds. And once you go and go through all these different said gates and whatnot, you'll also reward yourself with different skill rewards. And somewhere nice, you can go and make all enemies turn into rings. You have 10 rings to go and start, and so much more. The first boss in the Genesis era is going to be known as the Death Egg. You'll need to go and have Classic Sonic for this one, so you'll be rewarded with a Chaos Emerald from that said boss gate. And then it's off to the Dreamcast era. This is where you'll get the Speed Highway, the City Escape, and Seaside Hill. And just like the Genesis era, you'll need to go through the gates and the annoying friend challenges. And in the Dreamcast era, there is a rival boss, which that is going to be with Shadow. He'll come into play for the Shadow story a little bit later, but in this battle you need to grab Energy Cores to knock out Shadow before he goes and does his attack. The rival battle will give you another Chaos Emerald. The boss for the Dreamcast era is going to be with Perfect Chaos from the Sonic Adventure 1. It is the same fight from the original and enjoying with the same Crush 40 song from the stage. Around within this part of the stage, within the Dreamcast era, when heading into the boss, you should be meeting up with your classic counterparts for this adventure. So phew, almost done with this game. One more era to go, and this is going to be with the modern era. This is where you're going to have Sonic 06, Sonic Unleashed, and Sonic Colors. These are the games before Sonic Generations was coming out at this time. The boss for this era is going to be with the Egg Dragon from Sonic Unleashed. The rival for this modern era, of course, is going to be with Silver. Somewhere in one of the worlds, you'll get a Chaos Emerald after restoring the area. So you'll have 3 in total from the giving you all the 7 emeralds. Now it's time to go and prepare and head off to the Time Eater / Dr. Eggman battle. And this is where you're going to need the help of the classic and modern day Sonic for this fight. So change between them to get the knockout hit and finally Sonic Generations have come to an end, and onwards to the Shadow story. The story takes place at the Space Colony Arc, where throughout your travel you'll find Black Doom, a villain of this game, and afterwards, when we find the fake Chaos Emerald and the Time Eater shows up and throws us into the White Abyss again. This area does hold Black Doom's base, which we'll go into a little bit later. But first, we need to go through the different worlds and find different Doom eyes to open up with the base. Also, we come across with the Doom gears, which hold out on different abilities for Shadow. He can surf, morph, fly, blast, and also spear. Shadow will start to go with sea in his travels with Maria and Gerald Robotnik. They are in some sort of purgatory state where Shadow wants to go on Alter Time. You'll also have to come across with the robots from Sonic Unleashed and Colors, known as Orbot and Qbot. There are 80 parts that you'll have to go find to help them, but the reward is just artwork for the collection room. The bosses you'll encounter in Shadow's story are with BioLizard, Memphilis, and Metal Overlord. And once you're all done with the once you're all done and you have the Doomwing ability, it's time to go and head off to the Black Moon. Here are the stages. You got Radical Highway and a boss fight with Black Doom. Black Doom has two phases. One of it is going to be with Devil Doom form, and you need to go and send the ores back at him while using the Doom Surf and Doomwing. Also, the next phase is with Neo Devil Doom. You'll need to go and use the Morph and Wing ability to land the last bit of hits. So with Black Doom gone, Gerald and Maria go back to their original timelines, and Shadow runs off at the end. And there you have it. Sonic X Shadow Generations has come to an end. Thank you so much for everybody watching, and I'll see you guys for next time for another set review on the channel.